Welcome back. Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 4, Episode 8. We have the new episode coming out at midnight tomorrow on the app after this 1 week hiatus. And with a show that I consider to be this good, when you have that long of a wait, a creative mind really starts to delve deep into things that we've seen already and trying to figure out what's going to happen next. That's why you see a lot of creators on YouTube that make these type of videos. They start to come up with theories that you may think are reaching, but the fact is that we're just going deeper into what we can find. And there's a lot of creative people in the comments too coming up with some pretty good theories. But let's talk about what I think might happen in episode 8. Like I said, I think this one's going to be kind of messed up. And I don't mean messed up as in a bad episode. I mean a good episode, but just like going to leave you with your mouth open. So first, let's talk about this scene that's going to happen. What's Krystal doing at Rock's house? We know this is Rock's house. We recognize the painting on the wall that I modified a little bit. I don't see Kanan bringing her over there, unless they went over there initially to talk about funeral arrangements for Joyce. But what I think happened, I think she actually went over to Rock's house to tell her that, yo, Kanan thinks that you killed Famous. You want to tell me what's going on? Because you know she's disrespectful, so she's not going to be nice about it. But it could also be that she remembers that Rock said, listen, he's not going to listen to me, but he may listen to you. You know, Kanan's rolling off the tracks right now, so you got to look out for him. And she might be saying, listen, he's too far off the tracks, because I told him I loved him, and he told me that don't matter. And I also think she may have disagreed with Kanan when he said that his mother's the one that took out Famous. And that may have made Kanan flip all the way out, which may have been one of the reasons why she came to see Rock. Because in my eyes, Kanan this season is the same person as Unique, except he hasn't been beat down with a pipe. They both deranged and irrational and not trying to hear anything that anybody's saying. They're the same person. And I think the same way this happened with Unique and Panessa when Panessa just slightly disagreed with Unique and he flipped out, is the same way I think that conversation he's going to have with Krystal is going to wind up being.
You ain't with me, you against me.
That's a scene we haven't seen yet, and right there he could be yelling at Krystal. And then finally she might say, listen, if you're not built for this, you need to get away. Maybe you need some money to get out of here, or maybe she might even ask for some money. She's always expressionless every time you see her in one of these scenes, eyes all wide. But I think this conversation is going to go somewhere that Rock doesn't want it to go. But we do know she disappears, and it's probably going to be in episode 8 because Kanan's looking for her in episode 9. And all this is going to do is make him go even crazier. Because even though he's around 17 years old, he still has the emotional control of a child. But this is the conversation I'm waiting to hear. It looks like Jukebox and Rock are at Joyce's house going through her things. I want to know if Jukebox is going to let Rock know that Kanan believes that she had something to do with Famous's death. I also want to know if Rock is going to confide in Jukebox about Joyce's request to end her misery. I think I've been watching this show too much. Why am I bothered by somebody putting their hands on Jukebox? Either way, this guy's name is Rashawn, and I believe he's going to be one of O.C.'s family members. I know, as according to the episode 8 cast list, we're going to meet O.C.'s mother, so this guy's got to be family. Also, was Kanan there when this happens? Looks like the same ugly wallpaper. But like I said in the other video, I don't think they find an O.C. Then we still have this problem that Marvin's going to have to try to recover from, because I'm sure that Early Tyler's the one that took out that mob boss's son, or at least had something to do with it. And we also have Marvin meeting with Stephano, and we know Marvin wants to take out Stephano, and Stephano wants to take out Rock. So this is getting a little convoluted here. And we know in this scene, Stephano says when and where to whoever he's talking to. I know I said before it might be Snap and Pop he's talking to, but after seeing this picture, it might be Marvin.
I don't give a fuck what I said, nigga.
So I wouldn't be surprised if this is the plan they both have trying to set each other up. I also want to see what Detective Garcia thinks he's going to get out of Jukebox and Unique. These are two people that aren't going to talk too much. And we all know Rock is clearly wasting her time talking to David. This dude is so high he doesn't even understand when he's being threatened. Here we have Snap and Pop, they're out and about. I know they have a meeting somewhere on a rooftop. It might be this one here. Did I mention that the actors that play Snap and Pop are a couple in real life? Also want to see what's going to happen with this scene because we have Unique talking with Phil Russo. And I don't think this is going to be a relationship that lasts long. Unique says whatever he wants to say to Phil. Phil looks upset right here. But there's way too little information to try to figure out exactly what they're talking about. So if you're like me, you can't wait till tomorrow night. Let me know what you think is going to happen in this episode. If you have theories of your own, leave them in your comments. I want to see them.
Player, I mean, games that you playing, I seen. The chance that I'm taking, I mean, these things that I'm saying, I'm sorry. I don't even even know what I really need. I don't even know if you're feeling me.